Good morning, friends. Okay, so let me tell you the honest truth. Today I am seriously winging it. I have to come up with a vintage card, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I have a lot of pieces. See all my pieces? We're going to build this little peony flower because I feel like flowers are vintagey. So we're going to build a flower. But also, on top of that, I got all these pieces that I cut out from random stuff. Like, this is cut from the sunflowers, and these pieces are cut from, obviously this is cut from the peony. And these are cut from To a Wild Rose. Because I wanted pieces, pieces that were like this instead of stamped and stuff. And then we're going to use this image from, I'm pretty sure this is from the peony. This saying from the peony. And this little thing is from Rooted in Nature. So we are all over the place today. So I think that's what vintage is a bunch of random stuff thrown together to make a card that looks like it's old. But, what do I know? I'm doing this for a swap. So pinks and browns and vanillas, to me, are the livelihood of a vintage card. But, I could be wrong. So, like I said, we're winging it today. We're going to figure it out together because, I don't know. And, oh, you know what else to me is vintagey? This scripty embossing folder. So we're going to use that. But first, before I emboss, I'm going to stamp on here. So I think I'm going to emboss this piece with the scripty. But first thing I want to do is maybe, because I think I was going to put this maybe on top of this like this. Actually, I'm going to crumble this piece up. I'm going to crumble it up. But before I crumble it up, I need to make it wet. So I'm using a spritzer. This is not our spritzer. I have our spritzer, but I can't find it. In fact, I bought a bunch for a class I'm having for you guys, but I set them somewhere and I can't find them right now. So I'm using this spritzer that I gave to my daughter and I took back today. But pretty much I just filled it up with water and I'm going to spritz this to make it to break the fibers so that I can crumble this up a little bit, okay? This is from our In Good Taste Designer Series paper. I wanted the pink look. Vintage look. No, it looks like carpet or something. I don't know what it is, but anyways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spritz this. So I'm going to do it off camera, but anyway, I'm going to wet this, okay? So I'm going to wet it so that, see how much, it's wet now. So it's going to, and you know what else it's going to do being wet is it's going to warp. It's going to warp a little, but that'll be fun. So I'm getting it wet on all of the pieces, front and back. I just don't want it to rip when I go to crumble it. So, and then we can set this aside to dry, so see what I'm doing? Look at that. I wet it, and now I'm just going to kind of squish it. Squish it, and straighten it out a little bit, and squish it. If you don't wet it, when you squish it, it could rip. So like I can feel these sides over here a little bit more not wet enough. Of course, if you wet it too much, it'll rip too. So just be careful. So I'm squishing it. I just want the texture of the wrinkle look, what's going to be fun is with my kids, we're going to make a treasure map. And we're going to actually try to make paper. So if anybody out there has made paper before, oh, you know who's made paper? My friend Michelle. Maybe I'll ask her if she could do us a little lesson, maybe on Zoom or something. because we're going to make some paper, make a treasure map, and we're going to have to do things like this. Well, actually, if we make our own paper, it'll probably already have a lot of texture. I don't know. I've never made paper. So anyway, okay. I'm going to show them how to do what I'm going to show you today. Okay, so there we go. So it's looking kind of worn. You know what it kind of looks like? I mean, you can't see it on camera probably, but it looks leathery to me. Leathery. So maybe as it dries, it won't look as leathery, but I kind of like that. I mean, if I was daring, I would tear the edges and stuff, but I'm not that daring because I am going to do that on this paper. So I'm going to set this side to dry, but yeah. I mean, you saw me crumble that thing all the way up, right? You just have to wet it enough. So this piece, I am going to end up tearing. Actually, you know what I need? Oh, I can get it in a minute. I don't need it yet, but I am going to need linen thread because I do want to make it, put linen thread and stuff on here too because, you know, it just sounds like it needs that. So with this, the colors that I chose are these. This is Petal Pink, even though you can't really tell, but it is. It's Petal Pink. And then Crumb Cake and Early Espresso. So I'm going to use this Early Espresso to stamp these leaves. Kind of like, I'm going to stamp them here and here because I think I'm going to tear these corners off. So I just needed some leaves. And then I think I'm going to... Look, I'm telling you, I don't even know what I'm doing, right? I think I'm going to stamp this. But this is wet still, so I either have to use my heat dryer to dry it. So I'm not doing too much to this because I am going to run this through the Big Shot. And so I'm going to do that now. And I'm going to use this Scripty and run it through the Big Shot. So bear with me for 1 sec while I'm off camera. Okay, ran it through the Big Shot. And now I'm going to take my crumb cake and I'm going to sponge it. Let me get out my sponge. So these sponges come in a big circle, and I cut them. So this one looks like it already has white. So I'm going to cut this in half, because I usually make them smaller. I don't know why this one's so big. But I think I'm going to... Hi, Natalie. Thanks. I'm winging it today, so... Anyway, I always cut them smaller. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to just kind of brush this across to make the words stick out more. So I don't know if you can see that yet, but see how they're sticking out a little more? I just want them to stick out a little more, but I didn't want the whole thing so dark. I probably should have a paper under me. There we go. Oops. Yeah, well, usually when I come on a live, I have a plan. But today, I'm making this vintagey card for a challenge. And I'm making it up as I go along. I have no idea what I'm doing. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And I already love, love, love the look of this. Love it. Okay, so maybe before I did that, I should have wet this one too, because I think I want this crinkly. What do you guys think? Okay, so I actually really like that look. That's gorgeous. All right, so I think I'm just gonna kind of break the fibers with my hands instead of wetting it, because since I did ink it, I don't want ink everywhere. I don't know if I ink it, if it would do that. I mean, if I wet it. But just in case, we don't want that. But we do want this to be broken a little bit. And I am going to... So I'm just running my fingers through this kind of to break the fibers in the paper to make it more flexible. So I don't want this as crinkly. I don't want the crinkle pieces to be seen like I did on this piece of paper. So this one's drying still. We're going to have to probably use the heat iron for that. Okay, so now it's like this. And I think I want this piece to be seen under. So I think I'm going to rip this. So I want the piece on the inside to kind of show like this. So I'm going to... Okay, like that. And then I'm going to ink that. So let's take this and ink this darker. So this will kind of look like it's like worn away. I need this to look a little less sharp. Little less sharp. So Stampin' Up! Used to sell this tool. It was like this, it was on a key, like a kind of like on a little key ring. And it was like, it was called distressing tools or whatever. And it had a bunch of different kind of like distressing things. I was totally into distressing for a while there, you guys. Like, if you saw some of my scrapbook pages, you'll be like, what in the world, Jennifer? Every single piece of paper was like distressed to the point of no return. But I loved it. It was fun. Okay, so... I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I'm thinking about putting my flower up here. What do you guys think? I don't know. I don't know about this, you guys. But we'll see, right? We'll see when it's at the end. Maybe I'll mail this to my mom and just... Anyway. So... Oh my gosh, thinking about those scrapbook pages. I told my friend I'm going to take all my old scrapbook pages from my old days and throw them in the trash. Take the papers off because they are a mess. Okay. So I don't know if this is looking okay. I mean, what was the point? I don't know. Because now I'm going to cover this whole thing. I didn't think I was going to. I thought I was going to have a lot less. So maybe I'll cut this smaller. What size was that? 4 by something? Yeah, distressing tool. It was awesome. I still have mine, but I obviously don't use it often because I'm cutting this, guys. Sorry. Okay, I'm cutting this smaller. Let's see what size this is. Huh, interesting. Smaller than a 4, and I didn't know that. I just took a piece. Did I cut this? Oh, maybe it's smaller now because I crinkled it? I don't know, but anyways. Okay, I like that better. Some just sticking out, so what was the point? I could just rip this off and save the rest for later. For something else. But... Alright, I gotta re-ink these sides because I cut them. It's a mess. It's a mess, Natalie. I don't even know what I'm doing here. I have no idea. And I don't make vintagey stuff for sure. So this is really just like, I pulled a bunch of stuff. Like all the stamps and stuff I'm using are from so many different sets. But I feel like that's what vintage is. It's like a little bit of everything. So... whatever. And we're going to make a peony. A peony. Excuse me. A peony. I was told I was saying it wrong. Okay, so this is... yeah, you want the pink all the way around like that? Like that? Okay. Okay, fine. I'm doing it. Let's see. So it was like about this much. I'm listening to you because I have no idea what I'm doing around here. Wow, that is amazing. You are so smart. Thank you for that. That looks so much better. You were right. See? That's why we need each other. Yeah, I love pink. Pinks and brown just speak to me as vintagey. I don't know why. They just do. All right. Lucky, cute. Okay. You're right. That looks so much better actually already. So I wanted to use this gigantic flower, but I don't know. It's so huge. I might just, because it does end up, it ends up being like this big. But actually, that might be pretty. And I got like all these pieces that I cut out that can go with it. And now they're going to be backwards from my other pieces. I stamped on here. But I don't think it matters, does it? Look at all these pieces I cut. I'm just looking. I'm just seeing what it's going to look like before I do all this mess. This goes in the middle of that. These pieces all go. That is a mess. A mess. And this is going to say, love and thanks. Alright, let's try it out and see what happens. Okay, set all these side pieces aside. Okay, what did I do with my sponge? It's right here in front of my face. Okay. So first we're going to ink this up. Because we can. Okay, and then these are special. They have to be inked in this middle piece too, so I really don't. You know what, this is vintagey, so it does not matter. That's how I feel. It could be as messy as you want. Vintage is messy. So, you guys should make some vintagey stuff and post it and let me see. Let me see your cool stuff you come up with. A phone call. I used to be a big mess with all of my distressing and inking, and I had ink everywhere. But now I'm so like clean cut and simple to the point of boring. But you know, our things change as we grow. Okay, so I think I'm finished inking this flower up. Put it together and see what it looks like. So this piece goes to this piece, and this piece. This thing is so easy to put together. It's ridiculous how easy it is. For something so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so I'm going to very, very carefully, like, make this a little roundish towards the inside instead of the outside. And I'm going to pop this up with. So you got to be very careful because it rips so easy. So you got to just really hold on to the cracks. If you're going to do this, hold on to the cracks and just kind of run your finger over it. If you're doing it in, I'm making it look like the petals are going like, I don't know why. I think I watched that somewhere that somebody said that's how peony flowers are. So now this is how I do it. Because most flowers I bend up. So I don't know why I do this one this way. Somebody must have told me that and I just believed them. You'd think I'd know more about flowers. So I'm just breaking the fibers of the paper here and just making it kind of round. But carefully, because you don't want to rip it. You'd think I'd know more about flowers and stuff because my husband's a landscaper, but I don't listen well. And I don't ask a lot of questions about that kind of stuff. I'm not into gardening. I'm not into any of that kind of stuff. But I should be. I'm into eating, so you'd think I'd want to be into gardening and making food. Cracking myself up today. Okay. So, these are all... So, these just line up. See, they're already just lined up as they go. So... And then I just stick a little bit of glue in between here, and bada bing, bada boom. It's made. So when I set this over, because what I will do is squirt glue all over the place. You know I will. And I'm just going to kind of put the glue in layers, like one. Just be careful you don't squirt it out the top. So just do pretty thin layer. I mean, you just don't want it to move, so really you just need a little bit. Can't get to me at all. Okay, I'm singing Frozen right now. Okay. I put my phone on silent, but when my phone is on, it still rings through the silent. So, I don't know how to change that. Okay, what do you think? A pink and brown flower. Okay, where's the little piece that goes on the inside? Here it is. Stamen. Look at me knowing something. Okay, and this just goes right in the middle like this. What you guys think? I like it. Okay, let's see. A little tiny piece of glue in there, and we're done. Okay. So I am going to pop this piece so that you can see the depth of the flower. And I think I'm going to ink this too because, you know, why not? Actually, with these wrinkles. The pink is pretty. I'm making a mess over here, so don't mind me. It's still a little bit damp from when I squirted it with the water. But it's fine. Ooh, this is going to be so pretty when it's done. I'm claiming that, whether it's true or not. Speak positivity, and positive things will happen. All right, done. Pretty sure. Okay. Whether that was necessary or not, I did it. All right. We're going to use linen thread because I love it. And I think I'm going to double it up and tie it in a bow. And kind of put it in this corner maybe or something. I don't know. I feel like... Alright, I don't know yet. But I want to use it, so let's see. You know what else I want to use? The Gilded Gems. I feel like what I did was I put these going this way, and I feel like it's not working out. Hi, Chris. Welcome. I'm making a vintagey card, but I don't know what I'm doing, so it's getting a mess. It's just a big mess. I'm doing it as I go along, and I have no idea what I'm doing, so. But I'm liking it okay. Pinks and browns, you can't go wrong. My Emily's entire album is pink and brown and blue. And it's gorgeous. And I'll tell you, there was a competitor's paper that I bought packs and packs and packs of to do her entire album. It was just my favorite. Alright, I think I like it this way. I think I do. I think I do. So all of these die cut pieces are from totally different die cut things. This is from To a Wild Rose. This is from the Sunflower set. This is from the Peony set, obviously. This stamp right here is from Rooted in Nature. Like, we got a bunch of everything on this card today. Because it's fun. Okay, so I never used this, but I don't think I needed to. But you know what I do need? I need a sentiment. And I picked this one because it looks vintagey to me. Love and thanks to a dear friend. That sounds vintagey. Sounds like something some vintage person would say. I have no idea what I'm talking about, you guys. I think I'll do it in vanilla. I think it needs vanilla because I feel like vanilla is a vintagey color. So let's see. We need a small piece. Is this small? Oh, well, that is very small. Let's see if we can fit it on this piece that's already cut up. What color should I do it in? Yeah, I keep correcting myself. Thank you. I probably said peony and peony like 10 times today already. Okay, let's see. I think I'll do this darker color. That font is gorgeous. What do you guys think? Okay. Oh, I still need this open because obviously I'm going to have to ink this up on the sides. Oh, I'm not doing that on camera. Sorry, guys. I'm just inking it up on the sides to make it obviously on it too. Because I feel like it can't look clean because vintage is not clean. Vintage is old and not clean. Alright, and I'm kind of going to bend it a little bit just to break the fibers because it's just too clean looking. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am in love with this card. Wow, who knew? Who knew what I could do? I'm just kidding. Okay, so I just want to keep these pieces here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a piece of tear and tape because I am going to pop it up, but I like to sometimes take a piece of tear and tape to just put my pieces down because why not? So here's my tear and tape. It's a real tiny little, and I'm just going to use it to tape these down, literally. And hopefully they won't be shown. It's supposed to be under. So I'm just taping it down. See what I'm doing here? And you don't have to use tear and tape. You could use Scotch tape even. I mean, if you're just going to tape some stuff down and hide it under something, then all right, there you go. See how I did that? And I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to put this. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with my own card. Okay. I need dimensionals to pop this guy up, which I'm running out of dimensionals here. So let's see. Here's some dimensionals. I have some dimensionals, but I'm telling you, you don't even want to see my desk, you guys. I'm working on like so much stuff. It's ridiculous. Like, I didn't even know what I was going to do today. And I was like, oh, I need to make this card for a swap. I mean, for a challenge. I might as well just put it on there. So there you go. Okay. And then I'm going to put this right here to cover up that tape I put on. Actually, I haven't even put any of this down yet. So let's do that. Let's put this glue away before I spill it. What do we need? We need this. Adhesive runner. And I'm going to put this down. And this is a little bit wet still from our mess that we made when we crumbled it all up. But it'll be okay. As long as I don't... Oh, it's out. Okay, well, I'm just going to use this Stampin' Seal Plus for right now while we're... Just because I don't want to put the new one in there yet. So we put this piece on first. This is In Good Taste Designer Series paper. This is Crumb Cake. Embossed with the... What do you guys think? Oh, sticking to me. I don't need that anymore. That was just... Wow, I really like it, guys. And I'm going to put this on with dimensionals also. Then bada bing, bada boom, we're done. That wasn't too hard. I'm just kidding. It was hard. It was really hard. It's hard to do stuff when I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, you know this is going to take me 5 minutes, so you could just log off. Just kidding. I can't figure out where I want to put this thing. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I'm just going to put it down in this corner and not cover up my flower. Okay? Okay, what do you guys think? It's a mess. I think I might put this... Should I put this ribbon? Just because I want to. I love it. It doesn't need it, really, but... I am in love with this card, guys. I am putting this on here because I can. And you guys can't stop me. Even if you tell me no, you can't physically stop me because you're on the computer. I'm cracking myself up today, you guys. Yes. Okay, thanks, Brenda. Hi, Brenda. Oh, Brenda, what are you doing today? You shouldn't be on here. You should be doing a lot of hard work today. Look, I put it right there. What do you guys think? It's a big mess. A humongous mess, but look at the effect. Guys, I'm in love. I am happy with it, and I think I might go back to my distressing and inking days because look at how pretty that is. Why did I ever stop? So, it's a big mess. Okay, I'm going to enter this into the challenge. It was a vintagey challenge. I like it, you guys. I really like it a lot. It's a little warpy, but that's because I wet it and stuff. So, anyway, cute, right? Okay, cool. Brenda, last day, no hard work. Brenda, don't let them hear you say that. And Chris, you're cracking me up. You know what? I crack myself up, so I am hilarious. You guys are not that funny. I'm nuts. So, all right. Thanks for joining me today. I am working on some stuff today. I've got blog hops coming up tomorrow, and I've got stamp camp on Saturday and church class on Monday, and I've got a lot of cards and prep to do. So, I'm going crazy. So, I'm gonna go post this. And that's it. I feel like this is using everything, so I can't really use this as my blog hop. I was thinking I could use this as a blog hop too. I'm trying to consolidate and make like cards for multiple things instead of just one for this and one for that. But This is gorgeous, and I'm in love. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining today. Bye.